Okay, so my name is Joe Beer. I suppose I better start at the start. And I was fixing a puncture and I couldn't really see what I was doing with my lenses in. So stupidly, I came into the bathroom and I just whipped them out really, really quickly. But I didn't realise I had whatever I had on my fingers, and I scratched the cornea of this eye. Slowly over a couple of weeks or more, the pain was getting more intense and I knew there was something wrong. It wasn't conjunctivitis because I'd had that before in my youth. I couldn't take it anymore, so I went and sat in A&E for about 6 hours, and I was packed off once again with eye drops. The pain was getting worse, the redness was getting worse, so I went back and sat another 4 or 5 hours in A&E, and this time somebody looked at me properly, and then finally they sent me for a biopsy, and they took a piece of my cornea, studied it properly, and they said, yeah, you've got AK. I'd never heard that word before, and that to me was like one of those words where it's like a real kick in the stomach. You know, he said, right, well now we know what you've got, we can try and treat it. And I think probably 5 or 6 drops that I had to take on the hour, every hour. And basically it's just like putting Tabasco sauce in your eye on the hour, every hour, for weeks and weeks on end. Doctor on speed dial. They said to me, I said to them, look, I think I want it removed. You need to remove my eye. And they said, why? I said, well, I'm 62, but I can't spend another minute putting these endless drops in my eye. Yeah, I just begged them. I said, please, will you remove my eye? I can't take it anymore. And the doctor, the consultant that I was under, he said, we don't do that here. And I said, well, what do you mean you don't do that? I can't live like this. He said, no, we're going to fight this. And I went, I'm giving up fighting, mate. I want to live my life tomorrow, not, yeah, maybe we'll think about it. We may be able to get you in a month's time. And I remember saying to them, I won't be here in a month. It just seemed like there was no hope, really, that they would do it. And I think I was in 8 days later for the surgery. I'm sure it wasn't immediate. I mean, obviously there was pain from the operation, from having your eye removed. The pain that I was in from that compared to the pain that I was in before was, you know, nominal. And I woke up that morning and my wife turned to me and she said, that is the first time you've smiled. She went, yeah, my Joe's back. There's definitely more help needed for people that go through this, because it isn't just an eye infection. It isn't just, you know, taking drops and it's all going to be well. It's a fight. It's a real fight. Mental fight. I definitely had post-traumatic stress disorder. It really affects you mentally. But having something physical to do definitely helps you get through this thing. We're here because when chatting with the lady who's actually knocking the ball up over there a little while ago, they were asking me about my affliction, and I said, you know, about the struggles with the depth of field and all that, and she just said, why don't you run an event here where everyone wears a pirate eye patch so that they know what you feel like? And I went, what a fantastic idea. I wish it was my idea. It wasn't, it was Vicky, she's over there. But I think it's a great way of raising the awareness. These guys will then know what it's like, because sometimes when I'm playing, people will say to me, in fact, one of the girls said to me the other day, your biggest weapon in your tennis is that you're so inconsistent. And I said, well, yeah, that's why, you know, I can't see the ball all the time. You know, just trying to highlight the challenges that, you know, being one-eyed monocular would be for anybody.